Happy Saturday, everyone. Hopefully, you're all having a great day so far. I know things are still a little bit gloomy across the area, but we're starting to see some sunshine peek through the clouds. Still tracking a few showers, but honestly, that's not what this stream is about. We are previewing a really exciting rocket launch that's actually going to take off from Wallops Island, Virginia. At least it's expected to tomorrow morning at 5:50 a.m. This will be the 18th Antares rocket launch. It's named after the late Sally Ride, the first American woman in space. Really exciting. They're going to be doing experiments and all that good stuff. But it will require, of course, you to get up a little bit early. And as long as there's no problems, again, liftoff will be at 5:50 tomorrow morning. For more on what's kind of exciting about this launch and a little bit more information quickly, we're going to play a story for you that I did earlier this week.
The latest Antares rocket will launch from Wallops Island, Virginia this weekend. This means folks right here in the Carolinas and all across the mid-Atlantic states may catch a glimpse. This rocket is a resupply mission for NASA. It will hold supplies, equipment, and materials for science experiments. It'll also house laundry.
We haven't quite figured that out yet, so we have to send up fresh laundry for them.
Tony Rice is an ambassador for NASA. He says the most exciting thing with this launch is collecting new scientific data. Experiments include bioprinting tissues, ovarian cell research to improve fertility treatments, and examining mud flow to help prevent landslides post-wildfire.
The benefit of doing these tests in space is you remove gravity from the equation. It really lets the scientists get down to the physics of what's going on.
The launch will begin at 5:50 Sunday morning. Now, don't forget to set your alarm on a device that auto-updates, like a cell phone. Daylight saving time ends the same morning. It'll still be dark since the sun won't have officially risen yet, but as sunlight hits the upper atmosphere, it'll illuminate the exhaust from the rocket. Look toward the east-northeast and keep an eye out for a little yellow dot in the sky. If you have trouble navigating where to look, just look toward the sunrise. Candace Jordan, the planetary administrator at the Shield Museum, says another cool thing about the launch is who it's named after, the late Sally Ride. She was the first American woman in space.
One of the first female Capcoms, so the ones that talk to the astronauts that are in space. So I think it's a really neat thing. She was a big women in STEM and STEM engagement.
For WCNC Charlotte, I'm meteorologist Brittany Van Voorhees.
So crazy, right? That I was so quickly able to switch outfits. Just kidding. So it's really, really exciting, folks. Rocket launches are really, really fun. Obviously, sometimes we don't get an opportunity to see them here in the Carolinas because a lot of times they are launched from Cape Canaveral. But again, this time it's from Wallops Island, 5:50 a.m. I'm not sure if this was strategic or not, but of course, we wouldn't be able to see it if it didn't occur on the same weekend, right, as daylight saving time ending because of the 6:49 a.m. sunrise tomorrow versus what we've had, which was closer to 7:45. So don't forget again to set those clocks back. If it's a device like an alarm clock, I know people don't have that a lot anymore. I definitely do because I need 85 backup alarms. But definitely if it's on your phone, you can set it, for your normal time since things like that auto update. And we are going to, of course, be also looking at kind of the forecast here. So I want to show you some graphics that I kind of put together for you. So this is kind of a map quickly. So this is what's actively going on in Charlotte. This is not a future, but this is satellite and radar. I just wanted to kind of show you how far Wallops Island is from us. It's about 350 miles. So I wouldn't say it's close, wouldn't say it's too far away, but that's kind of the direction that you're going to want to look toward the east and northeast. Candace, of course, mentioning that great way to do so is to look toward the sunrise if you are kind of confused right in your backyard about where that exactly is. So again, Wallops Island is a little bit to our east and northeast, so that's where you'd want to look. I'm looking at the future cast. Things look a little bit better than they did earlier this week in terms of rain. It looks like we'll see some early morning rain potentially here locally, especially toward the mountains and foothills. Doesn't look like a lot of rain toward Wallops Island. If you look really closely at the center portion of your screen at this really long name over toward the Virginia coast, and I feel really bad, but I do not know how to pronounce it. If you go a little bit further to the south, you kind of see that little bit of island that juts out that's kind of closer to where Wallops Island is. That's where we're kind of looking, and you can see at 5 a.m. tomorrow, it looks like we'll be rain-free. Honestly, my biggest concern with Carolinians being able to see this is the cloud cover. If you're in an area at that perfect time, right, and you have a cloud pass by, you might miss your opportunity, as we are going to have some clouds overnight, but I don't think it's going to be overcast, so we should have some breaks. So again, you'll want to look east northeast. 5:50 a.m. is when it's expected to lift off, so you'll probably want to wake up a little bit earlier than that, kind of wipe the sleep right away from your eyes. At least you get an extra hour, right? Great timing there. So that, of course, the future cast. We're going to take a look at that hour by hour forecast. If the graphics want to cooperate, love it when this happens. Let's go. There you go. Hour by hour look for tomorrow morning. This, of course, again in Wallops Island. You can see even the local forecast calling for a mostly cloudy sky, so no rays. So really shouldn't be impacted tomorrow morning. So I think it's a pretty good chance that it will lift off. If something were to happen, whether it's weather related or something else, the next time frame would be 5:27 a.m. on Monday morning. And this is actually not the only cool thing going on with space and weather kind of this weekend. On Tuesday morning, total lunar eclipse. Now this one won't be as good as the total lunar eclipse that we had earlier this year. I believe it was, where we kind of were able to see the entire thing, but there will be an opportunity where you can see the max eclipse. Problem is, it's just going to be a lot lower in the horizon. So 4:09 a.m. again, this is Tuesday morning, so election day morning, the eclipse will start around that time, so just after 4 a.m. Good news here is that we expect clear skies, so the cloud shouldn't be an issue. That altitude is going to be around 31.7, so it'll be kind of in the middle. Problem is, again, by 5:59, when we hit the max eclipse, the altitude is going to be a lot lower, so trees will not be your friends. If you're really trying to catch a good glimpse, you should try to get into maybe somewhere, well, first of all, somewhere away from lights, maybe an open field if possible, and as far away from any kind of trees or anything like buildings that could obstruct your view. That's going to be the problem. And then once the eclipse kind of starts to lower, there's official words for it, but at that point we will not be able to see it because of the moon setting. So again, the penumbral eclipse, that's kind of the preempt, will start at about 3 a.m. Again, the partial eclipse will begin at 4 a.m. That's kind of what you see on your screen. I have a breakdown here. Full eclipse again around 5 o'clock. The maximum eclipse at 5:59, and then the full eclipse will end at about 6:41. And then after it sets below the horizon, because of the moon set, we won't be able to see it. So I think our best window of time will be between about 5:59 a.m. and about 6:41 a.m., at least here in Charlotte. Again, after that, the moon will be too far below the horizon. So hopefully you're able to catch a glimpse of that. Get the gear out, right? It'll be your best opportunity to see it. We're, of course, going to have a lot more coverage coming up on the eclipse throughout the weekend and early next week. Brad's actually filling in tomorrow night, and y'all know how he is. He is so smart, knows tons about everything, especially space. So I know he'll have a lot more on this. And of course, we'll have coverage both on Monday morning and Monday evening as well. But those are kind of the two cool space things that we have going on this week and in a week. And then, of course, the first opportunity for Artemis is going to be the 14th. So it's not this Monday, it's the following Monday, the 14th, just after midnight. And of course, we'll be having a lot of coverage on that too. So thank you so much for joining us here for this quick little kind of recap of what's going on with tomorrow's rocket launch and a little preview of the lunar eclipse. We'll have coverage, of course, on Wake Up Charlotte tomorrow, hopefully, if things go smoothly, with the Antares rocket launch. Of course, our show starts at 6 a.m. Derek, I agree Brad is the best. I mean, I hope you don't mind me, but Brad is definitely the best. I'd love to learn from him and work with him. But again, we'll have coverage starting at 6 a.m. and actually we'll have kind of a pre-launch live stream. You can get that over on WCNC Charlotte on my page as well. So hopefully you'll tune in for that too tomorrow morning. So have a safe and happy Saturday. Cloud's starting to get a little bit of a break now, so y'all shouldn't have a horrible Saturday. Again, just prepare for a few showers. I have the forecast just in case, but it's not going to be a bad day. It's not going to be widespread. It's not going to be all day. Best chance of rain again overnight into Sunday. And then hopefully you're able to get up early and enjoy that extra hour so you can see a pretty cool rocket launch, again, named after a really, really awesome lady, our first American female in space. Love to see it. Okay, guys, have a great weekend. See you tomorrow.